Hi, welcome to Charter Local Edition Northwest. I'm Dana Cowley, and today we're interviewing your newsmakers in our Kennewick studio. And my guest now is Adrian. He's the president and CEO of Tridec. Carl, thank you for joining us.
Nice to be here.
You've had a big 2015 you can celebrate, and we're going to be into the holiday season before we know it. What do you plan for 2016?
Well, I think, the challenge for 2016 is that as the community received property from the Department of Energy, the challenge is how do we get that property developed? I've told several groups just in the last short period of time now that while the land transfer took almost 5 years, the real work starts now, because now the community has the property and it's time to try to recruit some companies to employ people and capital investment on that piece of property. So I think that's a huge challenge. I think the other thing is we look to 2016, right now we're past the 2-year mark in terms of job growth month to month. The economy continues to expand. We've seen dramatic growth in manufacturing in the community. We've seen growth in a variety of sectors, while Hanford is held pretty constant.
Yes.
And so, I think 2016 we can continue to look to that good economy and continued growth in the community, which I think will be very positive. This community shows very well when we have companies that come into town. There's a lot going on. They see cranes, they see new construction, that sort of thing. And companies want to feel as though whatever investment they make is going to appreciate.
Yes.
And the way this community shows, I think companies feel that way. I also think we'll have some announcements on new economic development projects in early 2016 also.
Anything you can hint at for us? No, I understand that. I was just kind of kidding. But you do a very good job of showing the community, and the community is growing nicely in so many areas. It's certainly diverse with the agriculture, the science. We have a lot of well-educated people. I think that in many respects it's got to be kind of fun for you, because not everyone has that to boast in their community when they're trying to, recruit or woo someone to come.
It is, and I've actually had site selection consultants that are representing companies come to the community and say, you've really got a lot to sell here, where maybe some other locations I visited, your counterpart didn't have a lot to sell. And so, I think you're absolutely right that the community shows so well that it's not an easy sell, but it certainly helps.
And what will be your top focus going into 2016? Working on that land development from DOE?
Yeah, I think working with the city and the port on the land development, but also, we have several target industries that we're focusing on that we think make the most sense for this economy. One is energy-related manufacturing, not just producing electricity, but products that are used in the energy sector. Another is logistics, so warehousing and distribution. And the third is food processing. And so we'll be focusing on those target industries, attending trade shows and calling on companies that are in those industries to say, hey, you ought to be here in the Tri-Cities.
Well, I think when I'm talking to citizens, one of the common themes, and I think we're kind of rounding the bend with this, is it used to be we'd export a lot of our young students from high school to colleges and they wouldn't come back. Now that's turning around, and I think you've played a great role in this, so I compliment you, in really creating jobs so once kids get out of college or complete college here, they can just stay here, which is really where you go from being a small town into really being a city, in my opinion. It's where you have people, once they've graduated from college, want to work where they grew up and maintain their family level for generations.
You're absolutely right. And, it's interesting that we had a consultant do some work for us now 6 or 7 years ago, and one of their observations was there was no network in the community to attract or retain young professionals. And so Young Professionals of the Tri-Cities, which is an organization that Tridec has supported and some of our staff are very much involved in, was started to do just that, is to create that network for young professionals in the community. And there's some related organizations too. I know United Way has a young leaders group, and some of the larger employers have young professionals groups, but it creates a network in the community, and that gives those young professionals the opportunity to not only find friends, but network for other jobs and those kinds of things.
And especially even retaining our younger people, sometimes it's just networking to meet someone to date, because that can be challenging.
Sure.
And we can lose some of our well-educated people to bigger cities because they might be looking for a spouse.
Yeah.
It's tougher to find in a small town.
When I actually, one of the employees at Tridec was hired because of a connection with young professionals and was referred to us. So.
Well, Carl, thank you. We appreciate
you.
you being here. We wish you the best of luck with
Great.
all you have to do in 2016.
Thank you.
And we thank you for watching. This is Charter Local Edition Northwest. I'm Dana Cowley.